In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create maps in Excel. This video is also part of a series of videos where I create all of the different chart types in Excel. So I'm going to just show you the maps we're going to create in this particular tutorial. And yeah, and this is the final one. So if you want to watch the other videos on how I create all of the other different chart types in Excel, you can check out the description box below to the link to the course playlist or the links to the individual videos. Alright, let's get started. I already have my dataset open. You can go ahead and download your dataset, which will be in the description box below, and we can start creating our maps. So to create our map, we're going to need two values, our location and the value we want to check. So for this, we want to look at profit by country. So we're going to select the country column and we're going to select the profit column, and then we'll go over to insert, recommended charts, and this is going to load. Let's go over to all charts, and then we are going to come over to map. If you want to see how to create these other previous chart types or others in the future, you can go ahead and check the description box below to the link to all of those. I'm going to select map and I'm going to click on OK, and then I'll give this a moment, and we have our map. So I could just, let me increase it just a little bit. It's a bit slow. So I just stopped recording so I can increase the size of the chart. My computer was lagging. So alright, this is what a typical map will look like, where we are looking at profit, where the darkest color is the higher profit areas, and then the lighter color is lower profit area. So based on this, we can see these areas tend to have the highest profits, also with this one, and then this ones tend to have the lower profits, and this one, which seems to be in the middle, or the darker the color, the higher the profit essentially. So I'm just going to rename this chart as profit by country. And yeah, that's what we have. For the next one, we're just going to modify a bit. With Excel, you can always modify and change things around. There are always default options you can choose from. Like this map only has 4 versions, so if there's any of these styles that you like and you want to check out, you can. Let's move on to another map. I'm going to go to the next page. Your dataset is going to be in an Excel workbook format, so you already have the different sheets for the tutorial. So all you just need to do is just go to the next page when we need to work on it and just click on it. So we have our next map. We looked at a continuous value, say in terms of profit, where we are looking at a range essentially. You can actually look at discrete elements where you're looking at maybe say categorical values. So let's do that right now. I'm going to once again select country and want to select category. I'm going to go over to insert, recommended charts, all charts, and we are going to once again use a map chart, and I'm going to select OK. And once again we have our charts, and this one is a bit different. We have our, once again, just giving me issues. It's just a bit slow. I'm just going to be explaining as it takes its time. So as you can see, we have our legend at the right hand side where it's showing us what country has what category. Although this may not be the ideal, but depending on what you want to look at, you can look at with a map. So this is one way you can use your map to see, okay, what category does certain countries fall under. So that's what I just did with this one. So once again, you can either choose, I don't want to select because my computer is already slow. Whenever I work on maps, it just kind of lags. So I don't want to just start randomly clicking things around because it's just going to slow things down. But if you want to select one of these default options, you can, or you can change colors. Hopefully, normally when you hover, it's supposed, I don't want to select, and then it's going to take time. Well, at least I tried something and it's taking its time. It's just how it is. Hopefully your own computer isn't giving you the same issues. Maybe it's from Excel I don't know, but my computer just gets really slow whenever I work on maps. But anyway, this is how you can look at categorical values. I know we're looking at, okay, that's finally changed. I know we're looking at actual categories, but what I mean is, let me say, you want to see whatever category based on your data set where these countries fall in. So here we see Burkina Faso is food and beverages, Guatemala is office supplies, things like that. So it may be a different element you are looking at. Maybe customer satisfaction may be a different type of category. So things like that. But anyway, I'm just going to rename my chart. This is going to be category distribution. Okay, that is it for that one. Very quick and straight to the point. Let's move on to another map that we are going to modify, just kind of format it a bit so you can see at least some formatting options. I'm going to select the next worksheet, which is going to be revenue by country. Once again, we're going to select the country column and we are going to select revenue. Go over to insert, recommended charts, all charts, and we are going to select map, select OK, and we are going to have our map in a moment. I'm going to try increasing, same thing. I'm having issues. It's going to be slow. I'm just going to stop recording, increase the size of my chart, and then come back. Alright, I've increased the size of my map. Hopefully yours isn't having the same issues. So let's format this chart area. I'm going to right click and I'm going to format chart area, and we're going to have these options. So I'm just going to, you can pick any items you want. You can play around with this. I just want to select solid fill. As usual, it's slow, so I'll just go, it probably will change. I'll just quickly format it, but you can play around with all the settings if you want, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I selected solid fill, and the color is this dark gray color by default for me, so I'm going to leave it like that. Select this series area, just select the map, and then over at this series options, I'm going to click here. I'm going to expand this and we can see this map projection, map area. It's set to automatic. Now you can change what type of map area you're using. Say I want to use something different, or map projection, and you can just click around and see what it does. I'm going to expand map projection, and we're going to just kind of select all of these different options and see what happens. So I'll select this one. This is what your chart will look like, your map will look like. Or let's say I select Miller, and I'll just give this a moment, and this is what you have. Or let's select Robinson, and this is what it looks like. So I'll just go back to use this Mercator, if I'm saying it right. So that's what I want to set my map to. So whatever map projection you want to use, you can just use it. This map area, I can just expand it, and you can show only regions with data. So if there are some parts of your map that doesn't have any data, I'll just click on that. Our map is only going to display the areas that have data. For map labels, what it's going to do is add the names of the countries, but I won't do that now. Maybe we can do that in another map. Let me change the colors just in case. If I select this area, you see that option goes away. You have to select the map to see the series options. So in case you're having problem with that, it may get a little bit confusing. That's how you get this option. So make sure you select the actual map, not just the plot, this empty plot area. I'm going to come over to series options, and I want to change the color of my map. So for the lowest value, I'm going to use this color. For the highest value, I'm going to use this one. So our map should look like this. Of course, we can't see the text, so I'll select the entire map area. In the home tab, I'll just change the text, all text on our chart, to white. I'm going to change my chart title. This is revenue by country, so I'm just going to select the title and change it to or you could just say global revenue. I'll just do revenue by country. And that is our revenue by country map. Let's move on to the next map, which is cost by country. We're just going to try a new design, and then we're going to add other color options. I'm going to select the country column and then costs. Go over to insert, recommended charts, and go to all charts, map, and I'm going to click on OK. And just give this a moment and we have this. I'm just going to guess that I'm going to have problem resizing it, so I'll stop recording, resize my map, and then come back. There's no real measurement to it. I just wanted to make it a bit larger. So I'm going to select this plot area, or rather on the actual map itself, because I want to get the series options. And we are still going to come over to series options once more, expand series options. Now this map projection, I want us to use Miller this time. No real reason, I just want us to have a different map design from the default, so you can just see what it looks like. And for map labels, once again, what it's going to do is show the name of the location. So if you are dealing with states, it's going to show the name of the cities. If you are dealing with countries, it's going to the entire world map like this is going to show the name of the countries. So I'm going to select best fit only, and we are only going to see those options in some countries. And there you go. We only have for Russia, China. It's just that those are the only countries that it will fit. If you make the map larger, then more labels will show up. But I'm not going to do that because, as I've said, I'm already having problem even simply resizing my map, so you could try it. Let's change the color as well to something different. So under series color, you see this option sequential 2 color. You can make it diverging 3 colors, so we can use a different color scheme or color gradient for our map. Let's select this lowest value. I'm going to go to more colors, and I want to change this one to 4A90E2. For the middle value, I'm going to use this color. And then finally, for the highest value, I'm going to use more colors, and I'm going to use A94E4E. And I'll just give this a moment. Okay, so that is what it looks like. So if you want to change the number of colors, say you want it to just be 2 colors, or you want it to be 3, that's how you can change the colors. I'm going to change my chart title. This is going to be costs by country. Alright, we are done with this one. Let's just quickly move on to the next one. For the next one, we want to focus on a specific country. So map just doesn't just work on a global scale. You can also use it for specific countries. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to use the United States. So I'm going to select states, and I'm going to select revenue, and I'm going to go to insert, recommended charts, all charts, map, and I'm going to click on OK. And now we're going to have just a map of the United States. And that's it. I'm not going to change any details. I'm only going to change the name, well, the title of the map. Revenue by states. So in case you have data for just a single country, you can actually just plot that map for that area. Let's move on to another one so that we can do something similar to what we had earlier. So we looked at a continuous value. That one was revenue. This time I want to look at categorical values so that we can have the states having specific colors. So I'm going to select the state column and the products, I believe it's product category column. Go to insert, recommended charts, all charts, map, and I'm going to click on OK. And yeah, this is what we have. Just give it a moment. All right, so I just want to increase it. Seems this one is much easier to handle since it's just state. Anyway, I'm going to change the title to just products categories. I want to add, let me increase this just a little bit. So I'm going to select the actual map itself, and once again let's go over to series options, and for map projection let's use, I believe, is it Mercator. So you can see that it has a different view of the other one. So the automatic one, I think the automatic is Robinson if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's not even, Robinson is not even part of it. I'm going to select Miller. Miller looks more like the Mercator. Albers. Okay, so by default is Albers, but we're going to use this one, Mercator. So whichever one works for you for whatever reason, you can use it. For map labels, let's use best fit only. And now we'll see a lot of state names. So if let me try increasing the size of my map. Oops. So the more I increase the area of my map, if I could just like zoom out and then make it much larger, I'll be able to see more labels, but we are just going to leave it like that for now. If you want to play around with the colors, you can go ahead and do that. We're going to just create one more map based on a single country and a single element, and then that'll be all. I'm going to select state and marketing spend, go over to insert, recommended charts, all charts. I'm going to insert the map, click on OK, and we have this. I'm going to just increase this map. I'm going to, let me select the series so I can have the series options, expand series options. I'm going to select this and let's use Miller for the projection, and series color I'm going to use, let's just use diverging 3 colors, and I'm going to leave it as a default. And let me go over to effects. I'm going to add a shadow to our entire chart just for the fun of it. So we're going to have a shadow there, and I'm going to change the name of this chart to marketing spend. And yeah, that's it for our final chart. So you can go ahead and create different versions of this map if you want to, play around with the settings, the fill, the colors and things like that. But anyway, we are done with this tutorial. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch other videos on how to create other different types of charts in Excel, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the link to the course playlist or the individual videos, or you could also click on the playlist on screen right now to watch all of those other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.